We're going nowhere. Okay, so I'm live now. Let me put on the Discord. Making. Oh my gosh, I cannot spell today. Making seafood boil. Boom. And all right, this will be fun. Let's see. I'm going to put here. Yo, what's up, Chaotic? How's it going? How's it going? Check it out. My wife made me this for Valentine's Day. It's got her kisses in the hood. Isn't it so cute? So cool. But I gotta take this off though for so that way the seafood, I'm making the seafood boil here shortly. I was just heating up a little bit. I got a heater down here in the basement. I was just heating up a little bit before we start the food. But yeah, so super cool. So the thing I made, I was talking about it last night, but I said I couldn't say. It's a photo book. And I saw a Mod Podge, if you know what that is, just like the crafting, like glue-esque kind of thing. So, you can like Mod Podge puzzles together to make them like, pictures. Well, I Mod Podge a bunch of like pictures of my wife, my son, and I on to make a photo book, and I put like 70 photos. I think I printed off 71 photos, and there was about 4 to 5 pictures on each cover, the front and the back cover. So there's like 60 pictures in total that I put on in the photo book. So one of my friends is acting like we're dating because I met a guy. Oh no. Wait, so is the friend the guy who drove like an hour to go see you at work, or is the friend someone else, and then the guy you're talking to or that you met is the one that drove like an hour to see you? Alright. Alright, my feet are... The friend is someone else? Dang. They're jealous. They're jealous. Alright. We're going upstairs. The guy who drove to see you, I got you. By the way, no flattering angles will be had in this stream. So that way you guys can only see so much of my kitchen. Or me. Maybe. What's up? Yeah. Aw, Devin, appreciate it. I don't think my basement's all that cool, but I appreciate the kind words. Let's see. What's up, Jennifer? How's it going? Like I said, no flattering angles are going to be had for this stream because I only want to show so much of my kitchen, and then I'm going to see. So check this out. This is going to be the seafood boil. These are going to be the seasonings that I've got for the big old 6-quart pot that we've got going on here. In reference, this is my hand, the pot, giant. Got some andouille sausage we're gonna cook up. Let me grab a couple other things because I've got the sausage, I've got the potatoes, got some corn, just frozen corn, sort of thawing because I like to cut the corn in half. And then the two things that really are good. Where'd it go? Where's the shrimp? Got the crab legs. I'm trying to find this shrimp. Oh. I was so... For a half second there, I got so scared that the shrimp that I bought, I didn't put in the freezer. I just get this. I like to get raw shrimp, so that way I can cook it in the seafood boil. Overall, when it comes to making a seafood boil, the seafood itself cooks so fast. So I put the crab legs and the shrimp in like anywhere from 8 to 6 minutes before it's all done. So the majority of the time that you're going to be cooking and doing all this stuff is going to be, or like the ingredients that are going to take the longest for cooking is going to be the potatoes and the sausage. So to start off here, I'm going to fill up this big old pot. Look at it compared to my head. I have a small head though, so what's that even mean? Alright, so I'm going to fill this up with some water. Fill the hot water on and turn the stove on. What's up? She said you have crab and shrimp. Heck yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's fair. That's fair, chaotic. Alright, right now, you guys see here, I'm just filling up water. Let's see. Yeah, so I've been requested this. I've had quite a few people request this, like from streams. Oh yeah, I gotta take. So shout out to my wife. Check this cool thing that she made for me, right? Like just a hoodie, but she put her kisses inside for me. Super, super cute for Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day to everybody. And what I was saying yesterday, how I said I couldn't tell you guys what I was making for my wife. I made a photo book where I put a bunch of pictures of myself, my son, my wife and I, all of us. Where I put all of us on like the covers, front and back covers, and then a bunch of pictures and just like Mod Podge it, so that way it's really cool. But obviously, you know, I don't show my family on the internet here, so can't show you the photo book, but my wife said she really liked it, so it's good. It's good. Thank you, by the way. A second. Yeah, good on one. All right, so now we've got the water, boom, pretty high up there, so plenty of space here. Just gotta move this over. What? Okay. What's up, Jade? Sorry, I wasn't born yesterday. Alright. It's okay, babe. I've had many people try to catch me slacking. I appreciate you. Alright, here. So, first things first, I'm the realist. Now, I want to cut open the bag of potatoes and clean those off. So, we're going to get all the potatoes washed. So that way we can... I like to cut the potatoes in half, personally. So that way they can absorb all the delicious juices. So give them a quick rinse down. And then we'll move them over to the cutting board. a little bit different not doing a workout stream or a gaming stream. Watch, I'm gonna get like a professional chef here, and they're gonna be like, "You are terrible." But then why does it taste so good? All right. All right, those are ready. So real quick here, we're gonna be right here. This is the pot of water that we are going to now season. First of all, we got to get. I like to do both this here, the crab boil, in a bag. I like to do the bag one first. Just throw it in there. And I like to also use the concentrate as well. The bag itself is good, right? Bag here. It's gonna eventually, as it soaks in there, gonna be changing the color of the water. But then we've got the concentrate on top of it. I just like to have a little extra because it tastes good, which I've already used. This, I'd say I use this whole bottle, probably a third at a time. So gotta throw this in the recycling now, obviously. Save the planet, people. Save the planet. And then the seasonings I like to use for my seafood boil. Got a brand new Old Bay, so I'm gonna throw a bunch of Old Bay seasoning in there. Which I'm actually gonna move this over closer, just so that way I can get like good amount. 3, 2, go. There we go. Alright, no need to go light. We have lots and lots of water here, so there's no need to go light on the Old Bay. Same for the seasoning Slap Your Mama. Not to be mistaken by the action of literally slapping your mama. Just some Cajun seasoning, so that's going to add some spice to it as well. Again, there's no need to go super light. You don't have to go super heavy. Just sort of depends on your personal preference for your own spice levels and stuff. But I like to have a little bit of spiciness to my what's it called? Seafood boil. Now you can throw onions in here. I just got some onion powder, so I'm gonna throw some onion powder in here. But you can cut up like an onion, like half an onion, and then garlic powder as well. Now for the garlic, you can throw some like garlic cloves and stuff in the pot as well if you're doing a boil. But my garlic butter, you know what? Another thing as well is lemon. I don't have a ton of lemons, so you can throw some lemon juice in there. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. That's gonna be a good little mix. But now right here, this is where it's at. This is all done. All the water and everything there, that's good to go. Now, onto the cooking part. Or the cutting of the foods, which I'm just gonna have you guys face me. I don't really have a good angle to have the camera facing the food. So I'll have potatoes, right? Boom, I just cut it in half. That's it. Cut a potato in half, throw it in there. It's easy. I do like to throw the potatoes in there first, and then the sausage, the andouille sausage I get. Reason being is because the seafood takes the least amount of time to cook. And so when you get overcooked seafood, it gets kind of gummy and chewy and not quite right. You don't want to overcook your food in general. Like when you overcook chicken, for example, it becomes dry, right? You overcook seafood, and the texture's just not there. That smooth, like, nice, whatever texture you call it, it's just not there. So we're not gonna overcook the seafood. I got it all timed out and everything. So first we're gonna go for, and the potatoes, you're not really gonna be overcooking the potatoes. I mean, we'd have to throw them on there for like an hour and a half probably for the total time for the potatoes to be cooking in the water while boiling for it to be like turn into mashed potato. But as long as you don't mash them, then it's still be fine. And I've got 2 potatoes left, and then we'll be done there. Also, Luke, what's up? What's up? Sorry, I just realized I didn't say hi to you. You also don't want to make the water too high, because obviously, like, I'll show you here. We've got the 6-quart, right? The 6-quart. Now, water level raised a little bit based off of lemon juice I threw in there, the little bag, the potatoes I just put in, all that stuff. You don't want the water to be too high up here, because then as you put ingredients in, then it's just going to overflow. I made that mistake the first time I made a seafood boil, and it wasn't that it overflowed, but it was like on the brink of it, and it wasn't the 6-quart pot either. It was like one of those like basic standard 4-quart pots. So all in all, I messed up the first time around, and then I was like, all right, I gotta dish out a little bit extra money to make sure I can get the proper materials. So yeah, red potatoes, small bag, just a small. That's what I get, because then it lets the juices absorb. Next, we're gonna go into das andouille sausage. Boop. So I already opened it up. So sausage on the cutting board. Then we'll cut some sausage up. For me personally, my family, I guess most like my wife and I, whenever I've made the seafood boil, I don't make the sausage itself like super thick. I want to say like about inch to a half an inch or so. That way it allows the juices from the boil itself to absorb in there. You can sort of go about your business with however you may want to cut the sausage in, 3-inch lengths or whatever, but I just found for us it's like a good amount. Inch to half an inch to an inch. And sausage is almost all done. Alright. That's all cut up now.
Cut my life into pieces. I'm making a seafood boil. It's gonna be delicious. Happy Valentine's Day to my wife.
Alright, see, we got sausage cutting board, sausage on top. Can't really angle it for you guys to see, but you get the gist. Woo! Ah! 2 runaway sausages almost fell off. We recovered. Alright, cutting board. Let's rinse it off, clear it off. Next, and knife as well. Shout out to my wife. I'm always shouting out to my wife. Wife! Got me these cool, like Gordon Ramsay knives. They're not like super crazy, but I love them. So what's up? What's that? I don't know. I think you only would if it's more so like you're trying to like sell said materials and things like that. Because I've seen many videos of people like cooking and stuff. I'm cooking. And then I've got this bag of corn. And I just get a frozen bag here. What I like to do is I like to get a piece of corn, right? Well, it's probably about like 2 to 3 inches or so. What I'll do here is I get this piece of corn, I'll cut it in half, boom, and then that will be a part of the seafood boil as well. I like to cut in half. Again, the smaller the food is, generally, it's going to be able to, like, more of the juices and everything's going to be able to absorb with the food. So that's why I like to cut the corn in half, so that way more flavors are going through each bite. Sometimes the corn, since it's frozen, is pretty tough to cut. That's why I let it like thaw out for probably about like 30 minutes. I didn't want like I'm not using all of the corn, so I didn't want to like thaw everything out like immensely, just enough for a few pieces to be all good. But yeah, so this one came in like a packet of 12, so I'm going to use 4 of them. Since I cut it into 2s, that means there's going to be 8 pieces of corn between my wife and I. And boom! There we go. I'll get a hand towel. Alright, so that is done. I've got the corn, like I said, got the corn all cut up here and everything, so we're going to throw that into the pot over here. And also another thing with this too, sometimes this water is going to jump out at you, so I like to sort of throw all of this a little bit farther. It may spill and it may get kind of nasty like the stove, but you know what, you can always clean it. You can always clean the stove later. And now what's super cool and super nice is this, like all of this now is done. Like the only thing I have left for, like I need to let this boil for a little while. So I'm going to put the lid on it. Oh no. Oh no. Babe, with the new microwave, it's too tall for this to fit. Yeah. But then I don't have a way to get it. I'm just gonna leave the lid off. I don't like need the lid. What's that? That's true. It's just so that way it would keep heat faster. My hands are freezing, by the way. Excuse me. Okay, so while that's going, now on this other burner slightly closer, I can make my garlic butter. So I'm gonna scooch this back as much as I can, or just a tad more at least, so that way this pan has some room. I'm gonna go on a slow cook on it, so we're gonna go maybe about half, almost, maybe a little bit more, halfway to medium, then on low. And this is where the calories come in. We got a whole stick of butter. We're just gonna let that melt slowly. But then when we get so it's gonna be a garlic butter that we're doing. So I got some minced garlic, I got some parsley that we're gonna throw in there. We are gonna throw a little bit of, not garlic powder because we already have the minced. A little bit of onion powder as well in there, as some Old Bay, and like I said, Slap Your Mama, not the, what's it called? Not the action, but the seasoning. Ooh. Upside down. That could work. And wow. Thanks. Thanks, Jersey. Appreciate that. Someone recommended putting the lid upside down. Yeah. I wasn't thinking about that because the water level is just close enough. But hey, it works. So Jersey, shout out to you. Thank you. All right. Let me see. I'm just gonna get a singular spoon for the butter. I'm going slow here for the melting the butter for a couple reasons. One, I have plenty of time before I need to do the rest of the stuff. Let's see. Got one of these cool things you can put utensils on. Go for the metal one.
Get off butter.
No. Just put that there. Hey, you already know it, Gear. You already know it. Got some slap your mama, obviously. Seasoning, not the action. I'm gonna make that joke all night. Some Old Bay. I'm telling you, Old Bay, slap your mama, those are such a good combo. Honestly, such a freaking good combo. Let's see, it's not too hot. I can hear that it's starting to boil. My issue, but what's up, gamer? With these little hand mitts, oven mitts, it's like the tiniest little, it's like a little Muppet. Hey there. Like, my hand hardly fits in here. So anytime I have to have like good hand strength. I have to have good grip strength. Otherwise, like, I can't cook with anything hot. But this, at least for now, I have to worry. Yeah, I see like a slight, like the tiniest amount of boil going on right there. So that's perfect. In the meantime, while the butter, because this burner I think is lopsided, the butter is like just leaning to one end, but that's okay. As long as it all gets melted. We're not gonna burn the butter, so we're not going on a super high heat anyway. We got plenty of time for the boiling to happen, so I'm not worried. Oh, and also gotta put a little lemon juice in this as well. So Friday was such a good movie, but I'm doing always. I'm trying to work my games, but it's okay. I'm gonna use this side here. And then, in the meantime, I'm going to thaw out a half a bag of shrimp. This is a 2-pound bag. I do like to get the raw shrimp peeled and devined because I do not want to peel them or with any tails, anything. So I'm going to do half this bag, put it in a big old bowl, get some cold water so it can just thaw. So, big old bowl, throw some cold water in there. And let those just do their thing. That way they're just not frozen. What is this, Arendelle? We ain't frozen. Show yourself! Alright. So... got about half the bag here. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Oh yeah, so we got about half the bag of shrimp. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be delicious. Oh, I'm so ready for this. Like I said, gotta throw it with cold water. You're not trying to pre-cook any shrimp. You can actually, in case you guys didn't know this, if you thaw things with hot water, you can actually start like the cooking process. I know it sounds like really weird, and like how is some hot water just gonna start cooking my food? I'm telling you, it's the weirdest thing, but it can happen. And then we've got said crab legs as well. So we're gonna do the same thing that we're doing with the shrimp over there. We're gonna do the same thing with the crab legs. Just get a cold water soak going on. So we got the water running in the meantime. Throw these back in the freezer. Hot water is always cooking something. Alright. We can see here. Alright, still like the slightest amount of boiling going on. Alright. So now it's pretty much just like when we were chilling. Yeah, we're doing the seafood boil. Exactly. My hands are freezing, so that's why I'm like, I might even go for 2 sticks of butter here. I'm gonna drop the heat on this to a simmer. It was almost about halfway to medium, but I think I would like to. I've pretty much eaten nothing today. Both my wife and I knew the seafood boil was gonna be absolutely popping, so we both were like, we're not gonna eat much today. So I'm actually going for 2 sticks of butter here. That way we can both have plenty. And of course, you know how I've been tracking everything I'm eating and whatnot. I do have the food scale right over here. Cleaned it off too. It had some remnants of something. So got the food scale. So I'm gonna be measuring. Of course, I'm not gonna do that on stream. I'm gonna be measuring every time I am dishing out my food. Then I'm gonna measure how much it is, so that way I can let you guys know on the Instagram. Fresh, good to see you. You already know we're making that seafood boil, my friend. We got right here, right in there. Now this is actually super hot. I'm just aura farming right now. Just kidding. My hands are absolutely freezing, so I can't even feel that. And all right, this parsley bottle was too close to the burner. It started melting. It started melting. All right, at least it's not melted. Like it's only warm to the touch. But so fresh, you know the funny thing, the only part about this that's like a cheat meal is just the topping, the butter, the garlic butter. Everything else is actually pretty dang healthy. So for example, what do we have like over here? Boom, crab legs and shrimp. You want to know the nutrition on those? For crab legs, 100 calories, 20 grams of protein, 0 carbs, 1.5 grams of fat. Wow, delicious. Maybe a little bit high on the sodium, but you gotta stay salty. Shrimp, 80 calories, 15 grams of protein, 2 carbs, 2 grams of fat. Cholesterol on this is quite high, but you gotta have high cholesterol when you make food, because I don't actually have a good reason, just because. What's that? Oh yeah, potatoes. Andouille sausage. Those are the last two. Potatoes. 80 calories. You can see it. Okay, 19 carbs, 2 grams of protein, barely hardly any. Because exactly, you get it fresh. And then the sausage. This is now the. Dang, I dripped juice. Now this location of this is kind of weird, but so you can see like because it's on the inside. So I guess I can open this up more. But even then, 160 calories, 7 grams of protein, 1 carb, fat is 14 grams. So this, similar to a lot of times people will be like, oh, you know, like meat is good for like all meat is good for you and this and that, and like yes, where that is definitely like a thing of like protein. A lot of like deli meats or like that, like a sausage and stuff, is a lot higher in fat than it is in protein. Oh my gosh, look at all this butter. Yeah, this is where the cheat is coming in. But like I said, my wife and I, we've hardly had anything to at all to eat today. I think myself, and I was like Valentine's Day, so I got a couple of donuts for my family and I. I had half a donut. I had my morning protein shake. I had 4 eggs, and that was it. I need to drink more water today. Yeah, water check. If you guys got some water, drink some right now. I'm drinking with you here. Drink water. Okay, back to the food. You gotta stay hydrated. Hydrated. Oh yeah, I can hear it. Oh yeah. That's coming along nicely. I can hear. Can you guys hear like the boil? Maybe see it a little bit. Oh man, that's gonna be delicious. I'm telling you what. It's 8:05 right now, my time. Shoot, 9 p.m. comes around, I'm gonna be stuffed. Because I'm gonna guess that it's probably gonna be another 10 to 15 minutes of cooking like this. And then probably from there, another 10 minutes roughly for the seafood to cook. It's probably gonna be the seafood. I usually go for about a 6 to 8 minute cook time because you don't want to overcook it by any means. So once that's done, ooh, it's game time. It's game time. Now I'm gonna wash this. I got some tongs. These are dirty, so I gotta wash these real quick by hand because when your tongs are so freaking nice to use when dishing out like crab legs. It's way too convenient to not. It's way too inconvenient to not use some tongs out specifically for the crab legs. Tongs for all the other foods can be sort of hit or miss. You know, you can use other kind of like utensils to dish them out, but ain't no way I'm picking up clusters of crab legs with one of these, you know? Like this, boom, this is perfect when it comes for, you know, like the sausage, the potatoes, the corn, whatever. Crab legs, we're going in. So I'm gonna put those there because I don't have these burners on this side on. Oh, look at this real quick. Oh gosh, that's hot. That's good. I know you can see it. Oh yeah, it's good. All right, because that's getting to this point, I'm gonna turn the heat up just a tad on the butter. I'm gonna start seasoning it. Yo, trucker, what's up? I am making a seafood boil, so this is gonna be some parsley, by the way. Want a decent amount. Nothing super crazy on the parsley. Where I do personally like the majority of my seasoning on the garlic butter. On garlic butter, obviously. I'm gonna have some minced garlic up in here. So we're gonna go there with a little bit of the sauce as well. So that's gonna be good. And then Old Bay seasoning, I'm telling you, Old Bay seasoning. So this is Slappy Mom. We're gonna get a little bit of that too. So get a little bit of seasoning going on in there. Onion powder. Throw some of that in there. A little bit of lemon juice. Which I already shook it up, so don't want too much lemon juice because I already put quite a decent amount in there. But then the Old Bay, I'm telling you, this is where it's at. Opening the other side. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's gonna be delicious. Delicious. So I'm gonna put the heat up a little bit more on this butter. I'm sort of gonna go to taste as well. I always like to, after I dish out the seafood boil, I put it like in a big 9x13 pan. I always like to sprinkle Old Bay seasoning on top at the very end. It hits different. Yeah, this is plenty. Yeah, this is looking good. This is tons of sauce. So I'm gonna let that cook on a slightly higher. So we're about in that middle point on the burner between low and medium. I'm gonna give this 2 more minutes, so it's 8:10 right now. I'm gonna give this 2 more minutes until it's 8:12, and then I'm gonna put in the crab legs, which I'm gonna end up moving all of this whole thing. I'm gonna move to the counter. So because I hardly have any space between my microwave, unfortunately. If and when my wife goes and I, when we can get our own place and everything, hopefully I'd like to get a nice kitchen. That would be fantastic, but we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna dump out this freezing cold water that was thawing the crab legs, and the freezing cold water that is thawing the shrimp. Just very excited for this. Oh wow, the shrimp is actually frozen solid. What the heck? Yo, look at this. The shrimp is frozen solid together. This is why you gotta thaw it out. Alright, let me put a little bit more water in there. Thaw that out real fast. And then I'm gonna use my hands to break them up. I know it's Valentine's Day and I'm breaking them up. Can't believe I'm doing this. Alright, there we go. Ah. Almost lost the shrimp inside to the sink. No thanks. No thanks. You want to keep all that? Gotta wash my hands real quick now. Obviously can't have nasty shrimp hands. Alright, it's 8:12. So we're moving, after I dry my hands off here, we're moving over to the counter. And we are going to insert said seafood. Alright, let's see how this feels. Okay, it's not too hot at all. Alright, I'm gonna leave this. Gonna leave this here to the side for now. Now, I gotta use my little mini, whatever holder it's called. Then boom, you'll see right here. So I'm gonna put camera on me while I do this. And then, like I said, see, now this is where those tongs come in handy. I can throw not only the crab legs, but the shrimp in there as well. So shrimp's in there. Here's the crab legs. going by cluster, one cluster at a time. Crab legs. And this will be in for anywhere from 6 to 8 minutes. At the 5-minute mark, I'm gonna sort of check it out and see what it's looking like. If I need to let it go for another minute to 3. Yeah, seafood you do not want to overcook. I'm telling you guys. Trust me, you do not want to overcook seafood. It's just not going to hit the same. Look at this little cluster. Ooh. We got juices dripping on the ground. Gotta clean that up. No one wants random crab juice on the floor. Alright, so let's go back here.
Watch out for the crab juice.
Ooh, that's perfect. This is freaking heavy too. Yo, I didn't say to turn it on. Oh, I think that turned on by itself. That's kind of crazy. The vent turned on by itself, I think, because it could sense so much heat. That's fancy. Never had a fancy thing like that before. Alright, let me see. Time is 8:15. So 6 minutes from now. Because it's still not boiling because I just put all the cold foods in there and everything. So 8:16 is when I'm gonna check the time or check to see how it is. So I'm gonna give it 6 minutes. Hopefully it should pick up a boil in the next minute or two. Empty bag. No more
Mr. Nice Guy.
no more crab legs. I'm telling you guys, when you see the final product, you're gonna wish you were my neighbor. You'll be jealous. Up here. But it's okay, you guys saw the whole process. What's up, Rory? Why is the bottom of the pan so burnt? Well, this would be the garlic butter. But we've just used this pan a lot. So it's been used many times. It's clean. That's all that matters. Alright, let's see here. Boom. Okay, like I said, when I get the seafood boil all finished up, I get a 9 by 13 pan. Like this one, for example, 9 by 13 pan, and then put all the food in there. Then that's where I will drizzle all of this, well, the majority of this beautiful garlic butter onto the food. I personally don't care too much to have like a separate bowl with like the garlic butter in there. My wife really likes to have like her own separate bowl. I just like it to be on top, all drizzled on top and stuff. So that's just me personally. You know, you can do your own thing, but since my wife likes to have like her own separate little bowl of the sauce, we're gonna get her own little bowl with some sauce in there. Happily. Boom. Bowl. Sauce will be put in there. But we've got this on a low. It's like halfway between low and medium. And then, yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, it's slowly cooking, but slowly but surely. So I'm probably gonna give it another 5 minutes from this point on. So 8:23. 8:23 is when I'm gonna check it out. And then at the very end, what I love to do after all the seafood is laid out, the garlic butter's on there, everything. Some Old Bay, just sprinkle it across the whole thing. Oh man, you could do that and some Slappy Mama. Obviously seasoning, not action. But I don't care to have. I already put quite a bit there and there in both spots, so I don't personally care to have it sprinkled on top as well, because I've already used so much of it. In the meantime, I am going to do a little bit of cleanup. You know, got like the lemon juice, the minced garlic, all that stuff. I'm gonna put those away. Just put some seasonings away, minus the Old Bay, in the cupboard. So you got that all good. Woo. Life goes. You excited? Heck yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna say like anywhere from like probably about 10 minutes, and it will be like live, ready to. So, yeah. Does it smell good to you? Heck yeah. Yeah, it is pretty strong. Just like your husband. Alright, window is open. One thing I will say, I'm going to lower the butter. Lower the heat of the butter. I don't want the butter to get burnt or anything. So I got to lower the heat a little bit here. But yeah, I'm going to... Oh. I'm telling you, the smell is so good. If you like seafood, the smell of seafood is strong in here. But I mean, you know, we do have like 2 pounds worth of seafood, more than 2, yeah, like probably like 2, I'd say probably like 2.5 pounds. Let's see how much. 24 ounces. Yeah, I mean, I cooked this whole thing. This is 24 ounces on top of the additional pound of shrimp. What's up, Ryan? How's it going? Thank you. Very excited about this. I've said for a while, like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to do like a seafood boil stream. Thank you. Here's a little. If you can see. Gosh. Woo. My hand was about to get burnt. All that steam hit my hand. Worth it. Happy Saturday to you as well, Ryan. Happy Valentine's Day as well. That's a big reason why I'm making the seafood boil right now. For my wife and I, for a little Valentine's Day dinner. So I'm very, very ready. Like I said, both my wife and I have hardly eaten anything today. Knowing that this seafood boil is going to be crazy. Yo, Destroy, what's up? Burnt toast soup? Nah, this is actually the garlic butter. Right here. This will be drizzled all over the seafood that we've got cooking in here right now. Happy Valentine's Day, or to you as well, Destroy. Appreciate it. Alright. I don't know if you can see, sort of dripping a little bit, so it's going to be a little bit, so it's not, I mean, definitely got some cleanup once we're all done with this. Invader, I did give her, the garlic butter's not burnt. It's just the bottom of the pan is burnt. So my wife, I did give her the Valentine's Day present. It was a photo book that I made. Woo! Alright, I gotta turn the air down on this. Sucks I don't have like a better like pot holder. But I'm gonna let out a little bit of space. Yeah, Patch, I would love to put the lid on normally, but because this is my microwave that's like screwed in, I don't have, the lid actually doesn't fit. We got a new microwave because our old microwave like was messing up, so the landlord, he was like, I'm like, hey, microwave's like completely crapping out, all that stuff. He's like, okay, I'll put a new one in. Puts a new one in. This one's like this much longer or like than the other one was. So the lid normally would fit in. You have to like you can't even put your whole hand there though. You would have to like hold the lid in between your fingers and like slide it in. That was before. This one it just was like boom boom boom. So exactly. Work with what you got. So move the butter back to the back and the pot to the front. Well, I would, but the size of the burner, the one in the back is a larger one. And again, this is where my wife and I rent, so like this one is like completely messed up, completely broken. So it's really just this side that we have to work with. He doesn't care about the place too much, so we're not gonna put all of our money into a place that we do not own. Yeah, it is what it is. What can you do? You work with what you got. But I think the food is just about done. I'm gonna check this. It's 8:25, which this is right about the time where I was thinking. I normally would use see, like the space is like barely there. Barely there. So I'm gonna check out. Got the tongs, trusty tongs. Checking it out. I'm looking for like a little bit ease of movement here. A little bit pink. Oh yeah, that's looking good. I don't know. You probably can't really see it from there, from your angle. Yeah. Those are looking nice. Oh, just had some water drip in my hand. Woo, man, this is good. I'm pumped. I am pumped. All right, I'm going to turn the stove off all around. Got the garlic butter. I'm going to do a little shimmy, shake. That's going to be going on the food here in a second. Now I've got this. Oh, heck yeah, with the corn. You already know. Alright, now before I get into the whole shebang over here, I'm actually going to drain some of the juice because there's a crap ton of juice. So I just gotta make sure I don't burn myself, so give me a second here while I get all this situated. There's a ton of the juice in here, and so I'm gonna use the lid face normal now and just drain it into the sink. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's a good amount of juice we drained. So, real quick now. I'm going to start putting the food in here. I could have. I don't know how to make that though. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm like, master chef or anything like that, because I'm just truly not. But there's a couple of foods that I really enjoy. This has been like a requested on the channel. Obviously, this is not a cooking channel by any means, but I do really enjoy cooking, and so people were like, "Oh, can you stream you making the seafood boil?" And I was like, if it works out, sure. And it just happened to work out. You said you do lots of cooking? Heck yeah. Yeah. There is still tons the of the juice left, so it's not like there's none left. I just don't know. I just don't know how to. We got the bag here. Eh. Got the bag. So I'm gonna take that and toss to the side. All right. Now here's the crab legs. Oh yeah. Crab legs are looking good. I'm so excited for the crab legs, the sausage, the shrimp. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm gonna dump some more of the juice out. That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh, so I know you guys can't smell it. I wish this stream could be like freaking 4D right now, because the aroma of crab legs is so freaking nice right now. And hey, let's go. Next this week, I actually made some garlic butter. All right, perfect. All right, so I only have the potatoes, the sausage, and the shrimp in here. So I'm gonna go draining. This is some of the juice. So I'm gonna toss it to the side. Here's the butter, by the way. I know it looks kind of burnt. It's just because the pan itself is. But once it goes on top, I promise it's not. A smell-o-vision? Exactly. What I'm drinking, water. Copious amounts of water. So if you're new here, this is a workout stream and gaming. Like this channel is more like gaming and working out, but not food related. Ah, darn. Accidentally. The rag that I was holding this with got some juice on it. That's alright. Okay, there we go. Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate it. The corn is honestly this whole meal, and I know I'm gonna be biased towards it, but it's so freaking delicious. It's goated, 100%. Here is wrong way. This is just so here's all the sausage, the potatoes. I thought I got all the corn. So yeah, here's all that. That's gonna go now into here. You don't even know how strong I am to just lift all of that with one hand.
Yeah, I'm insanely strong.
Alright, so now we're just gonna throw everything in here. I'm gonna move some of this crab. I'm just gonna put it like in a big stack. One big heap. Because there's a ton. I wish I could just like dump this in there, but I guess I can just sort of scoop. Do a little scoop. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Shrimp's looking good, not overcooked. So I'm happy with that. The crab was looking good. That wasn't looking overcooked. Then just wait until when we get the sauce on at the very end. Oh, I'm telling you, this whole thing just gets put together perfectly right at the very end. Whoa. Careful. Don't want to start spilling all the juice all over the house. Oh, a little piece of crab leg there. Let's go. For your birthday was $60. Dang. Yeah. I get this one from Walmart. Okay, I think we got everything. So Like I said, my wife likes a little bit extra juice there on top at the end. Holy cow, 113. That's crazy. Yo, Scott, appreciate it, appreciate it. All right, this is where the magic happens right here. You put the garlic butter on top. So we're just gonna drizzle all over. Oh yeah, this is... I'm going kind of slow here because, you know, actually I'm going to dish out. My wife likes her, like I said earlier, she likes her own little bowl of garlic butter. I actually don't really care for my own little bowl. So I just make sure that she gets hers because that's what she wants. So she's going to get it. Oh, yeah. That right there. That right there is what I'm talking about. This is the seafood boil I'm talking about, baby. Oh my gosh. I can't tell you how delicious this smells. I wish I could. What's up, Bonnie? Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Bowl, heat up the lemon butter, pour it meat. Heck yeah, heck yeah. I'm telling you. Now, like I said, this whole thing was streamed. It took about an hour, right? And the first, like, 10 minutes, I wasn't even, like, cooking yet. So this whole thing took about an hour. You guys are more than welcome to follow along. Oh, and you know what? Almost forgot the last part. Old Bay. Gotta sprinkle it at the end, too. Oh, yeah. Boom. There we go. Boom. Nexus, you already know. I'm telling you. So not the action, but the seasoning. Slap your mama. This right here. If you want a little bit extra spice, I put this in the garlic butter. All right, I'm being called. I put in the garlic butter, but anyway, slap your mama, delicious. Put it in the juice as well. So freaking good. Yo, appreciate everyone for hopping in. I am ready to dig into this delicious food. So hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday with the workout. So appreciate you all. Love you all, of course. Until next time. Peace.